Hello, you guys. To all our beautiful listeners,
We hope you're having a great day, and thanks for listening to our podcast,
Different Kind of Minds, where we will be talking about real stories,
real people,
and real talk. So guess what? Let's talk about it. All right, so you know how like everything that's been going on, like other couples, stuff we've been seeing, stuff they've been doing, the way they talk to each other, people that's want to try new things but afraid to try new things, people who won't try and just stuck in their same old ways. All of that basically sums up everything that I was reading on and learning on this morning. So I just wanted to call you and then have a discussion on it and get like your thoughts and what you think about like my notes and what I read.
All right, that's good. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. So, basically it's like it's harder to try than not to try.
Yeah.
Say that again. It's harder to try than to not try. It's so many people that just won't try. They just stuck in their ways. They are who they are. They just, some people that gave up. This what it is. It's just every time I try, it don't work. It fails. It seems like my life is better this way. So this just what it is. Some people be like, I want that life, but I'm never gonna be nothing. You know, I don't see it for me. I see it for others, but I don't see it for myself. So it's harder to try than to not try. This is a fear-based emotion of a low frequency.
Okay. So what that means is you need to raise your vibration up.
But low frequencies cannot exist in a field of high frequency energy.
Yeah.
You cannot be both. You can't do both. It's impossible to do both. You get that?
That's right. Yeah.
You either in a low frequency or you either in a high frequency. You can't do both. It's impossible to be in both frequencies and energies at the same time.
Yeah.
It's impossible. So, when you do try, you have repressed memories that are going to start to surface. Personal dramas and traumas will occur. And old beliefs and limitations and negativity start to react. You face shame, grief, terror, hatred, and all the dark corners of your psyche start to come back. What you think about that?
I believe that.
So it's like it's phases to it. So once you start trying, all that stuff is gonna kick in.
Yeah.
The fear is gonna kick in to make you not want to try. But now you have just started a psychological journey with yourself. So it's in your subconscious mind.
Yeah.
The unknown of what might be finna happen when I try. But I gotta tell myself in my mind, I'm gonna try anyways. And I gotta understand it. And I gotta naturally keep going and push through. As I keep going, the resistance is gonna happen. But this phase don't last forever. That's what a lot of people don't understand.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you on that.
You in your trying phase, but it don't last forever. And the thoughts that you are thinking is not really who you are. These thoughts are like you walking down a long, dark hallway, your shadow stage, and it's like dark demons is pulling at you and trying to get you. Well, you can't let them grab you. You gotta keep walking down this hall. But all of this is in your mind, within yourself. This is along your journey, because now you just started a journey in your mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just know when you start the journey, though, this that you're going through, you know what I'm saying, it don't last forever. And the thoughts that you're thinking is not who you are. But you must keep going once you have started the try. So you're going to have dreadful thoughts, and they're going to start to increase. Things are going to become intense, violent, frightening things, a destabilization of things will start to happen. Like, you'll feel like my life was in balance. I was in balance. Everything was all right before. Even though I wanted better than where I'm at, now that I'm in it, I feel like I should just go back because things were balanced. Things were all right. I was in a comfortable stage, and things was all right back then. But now that I start trying, it seems like everything is off balance. Things are out of whack. You start having panic attacks.
Yeah.
You may think you're going crazy. You're delusional. Develop a personality disorder. You might have scandal abuse. Those skeletons that were in your closet may start to be revealed and come out to the public. You're worried about people finding out who you really are. Things from your past may come back. You might experience explosions, rage, domestic violence, abuse, acts of terror. It's like when the lid come off the pressure cooker. Now the pressure is on.
Yeah.
And you might develop chronic memories of pain and abuse that you've been through in the past. Because now we in it.
Mm-hmm.
The top is off. The pressure is on. And right here is where people, like I said, they give up.
Yeah.
They never get nowhere.
But you can't give up.
They ready to turn back.
Yeah.
I'm ready to turn back in the midst of the trying. Because I'm having all these thoughts, all these fears. And now I'm talking to other people crazy. Me and my mate fighting. We having disconnections. We going through stuff. Like, that's because it's harder to try than to not try.
That's right, man.
But you got to keep going. So then the next step, it'll lead you into a spirit of fear. Once people start learning and they start being, getting better, and now some of your stuff have been revealed, resolved, you coming out the box, you facing your fears, you want to talk. When people learn things and when they're learning, they want to show other people what they have learned and what they're learning. They want to talk. They want to talk to other people who can teach them things and stuff like that. But this is what happens. In the conscious mind, that spirit of fear says, I'm loud. If I'm too loud, I might be punished. If I speak up, I might sound stupid. So I'll just be silent. In that silentness, because you listen to that, in being silenced, here come all those feelings again. And they come to everybody. People be thinking it's just me. It's not just you. These thoughts come to the good, the bad. They come inside and out, black and white, male, female, young, old, smart, stupid, beautiful, ugly, the winners, the losers, to everybody. But you must still have the willpower to go on. You can't stop. You got to keep learning. Because once again, you're in your shadow stage. You coming through your shadow stage. But as something happens right there. So say this, we still on this long hallway, but in the middle of that hallway, coming out of the shadow stage, you can see light on the other end of the hallway. Almost like a tunnel. You can see the light, so you know you getting closer. I see the light, but I'm still in the middle of it. I'm in the thick of it. But something happens when you get to that point. If you could just get to that point, the energy then will start to shift. And as we said in the beginning, you can't do both. You can't do two energies at one time. So once you get to that point, once you pass all of that and you get to right now I'm finna enter into the positive energy. I'm finna enter into the light. Everything from there on is going to start to change.
Yeah.
So now you're going to start wanting attention. But you still going to feel funny. You're going to feel rejections to things and people that you feel are different from you. In looks, characters, intelligence, skills, or energy levels. You may feel threatened, betrayed, or even jealous. You might judge yourself and others. And this stage is called the aggressive defense stage. You will even get argumentative with people. Name calling, us versus them, condemnation, especially those based on lack of honesty and communication. They have trouble. Breakthroughs, apart due to blame, refusal to change, experiencing divorce, legal conflict, problems with neighbors, family disputes, and then start searching and looking for the perfect soulmate in your mate, which we know there's no such thing as perfect. And all these things will become visible to you. And then you still shutting down in the inside. Instead of talking to people and getting the real help, you'll try to find reality TV shows, soap operas, and so on. Something to match what you're feeling to make yourself feel like you're right. And then you suppressing now. And you holding that stuff in. So now you're going to go through panic attacks like asthma, schizophrenia, bipolar, borderline disorders, epilepsy. The positive results of this phase are that of a higher energy when things start changing. But that's what people don't understand. When they start feeling these things, I'm going to read them again. When they start feeling betrayed, because you're changing. You're not back at the beginning of that tunnel where you was. You were in the middle and you walking into the light and things are different now. So now you hanging around different people. You still quiet, but you trying to do better. But now you looking at other people like they got something I don't have. They know more than what I know. And you start having all these thoughts and before you know it, you feel betrayed and jealous, judgmental. You start judging yourself, being argumentative with people and your soulmate. And this often leads to, like I said, divorce and legal affairs. But that's the issue. At that moment right there, that's when you're supposed to, the people that you're being jealous of, those are the ones you're supposed to talk to. The people that you're looking at like they got something that you don't got, them the ones you're supposed to talk to. You lean back from them and you start feeling jealous and hatred. But at that time, you looking at the wrong thing. That's not what you're supposed to think. Because now the lid is off. Your brain is open. Your mind is open. You're trying to come into betterness. And God is putting signs and putting people in front of you to lead you and guide you and for you to learn from.
Yeah.
Like they say, birds of a feather flock together. Or some people say, don't hang around with lower-minded people.
Yeah.
How they gonna pull you up? They can only pull you down. Yeah. So that's basically what's happening at that time. And we just experienced a situation like that. Well, one person in the relationship is trying to change, and the other person is still in a low vibration and trying to pull them down. And the more that the other person try to hang around with knowledgeable people, the other person is saying all these bad things.
Yeah.
So the person in the middle that's trying to learn, they find themselves just being quiet and having all these bad thoughts in their mind.
Yeah.
Because once again, that take you back to that spirit of fear. So many people have it wrong. People, and I'm gonna tell you, like, I have encountered I'm being honest. 99% of the time, when I bump into a female, and right off top, they don't like me, or something was said, or somebody got offended, or they sizing me up, or looking me up and down, or looking at me some type of way, that person leave off like, oh, I don't F with her, oh, I don't like her, but really, y'all bumped into the same. It's like two ends,
Yeah.
two positives or two negatives. I have found most of those females I had so much in common with.
Yeah.
When I actually learned who they was, learned their life, or laid it down on the line when they opened up, we bumped heads and bumped into each other because we had so much in common. And God either put them in my sight, in my way for me to learn from, or for them to be in my way and in my sight for them to learn from me. But oftentimes, people don't see it that way. They automatically, his car better than mine. I don't like that nigga. That nigga think he all it. Oh, since that nigga got a good little job, I don't fuck with him. Excuse my language. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But actually, God putting you in the midst of somebody who can help probably get you a job, or show you how I got this job, or show you how you could get a car like this, or show you how to get your credit right, or what you need to do. But we so busy taking the energy the wrong way. We taking our frequencies, our energies, and our vibes the wrong way. What you think about that?
I think you're right on.
I mean, I feel like we just experienced that without saying names.
Yeah.
What you think about?
Yeah, I think it's no, I'm just driving. I was just thinking about the whole situation, but I think it's hard on a relationship when one person. I think it's easier on a relationship when both parties are on the same level interest. You know what I mean? It's hard when one person is trying to learn something new and the other person isn't. You know what I mean? That's what a relationship. Both of y'all should be on the same page. It divides the relationship. You know what I mean? And then, like, one person, like you were saying, your level's not high enough for you to even be stern or steadfast and go all the way in on it. And the other party might just say one simple thing, and now just like you said, you start thinking yourself and judging yourself when you actually doing something positive. You know what I mean? Just like you said, it's easier for you to do it than to not do it. You know what I mean?
So the turnaround to that is the positive result is go through it, don't give up, keep going. All of those thoughts are temporarily, but to deal with each situation patiently and lovingly. That's what everybody's missing.
That's right. Everybody want it fast. Don't nobody got patience.
Patiently and lovingly. And that's what we could use it in any situation. We could use it with the world, and we could use it inside of a relationship, and we could also use it within ourselves. Patiently and lovingly. So it's like if I say something to you and I'm already going through something, you could come back at me, you could pop, or you say something to me, I could pop off real quick. Or I could say to myself, I know I'm already on a journey. Nobody else might not know I'm on this journey, but I know I'm on this journey mentally. So you popping off, I could pop off real quick right back. Or I could respond patiently and lovingly. And then now I have changed the feeling of the conversation.
Yeah, that's true.
Depending on how I responded is where we go from there.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, same example, talking about a situation where one person working on themselves, the other person not working on themselves. So eventually y'all gonna have to come together, or that person gonna have to come to a realization that this might not just be for me. But you can change the dynamics and the feel of the home and the other person. You can, bring them along and change them. But in this situation, most people just pop off back or they leave. You don't have to leave your mate or leave your situation or leave your home or mentally check out. Just take time to know I'm on this journey and I'm going to respond patiently and lovingly. It's hard to fight somebody who is being patient and lovingly with you.
Yeah.
That's hard to do.
Make you look like a fool.
Make you look stupid.
Yeah.
I think you did that to me the other day. I was in my feelings about some stuff I'm going through, and I don't know if it was the other night when I asked you a question and you didn't answer it the way that I wanted to, or if it was the day before that, but I got real irritated with you and I was popping off. And you just kept saying, okay, baby. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, baby. No problem. Okay. Even if I wanted to keep fussing, I couldn't. I couldn't keep fussing. You know what I'm saying?
You'll make the other party look at themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
it really is your reaction to what somebody says to you depends on which way the conversation is gonna go.
Right. So I think if a lot of people would bring that back, that could save a lot of marriages and a lot of relationships.
And don't be so quick just to pop off and get upset. You know what I mean? Sometimes take your time and think about the whole situation and try to just come positive instead of always just popping off and just giving your it's kind of a natural reaction sometimes, but you could change your natural reaction to something positive instead of you getting upset all the time and people raising their blood pressure and stuff, you know, we gotta just, as a people, as everybody, you know what I mean, just do better on just trying to come positive on situations, even if it's just put positivity over all negative situations, and the outcome shit. I feel like positivity is always gonna overweigh any kind of negative situation. You could have a negative situation and come at it positive, and it'll turn around and it'll be a positive situation. But if you have a negative situation and I come negative, then two negative things, you know what I'm saying? Where in the world are you gonna be able to, you know, and fix it? So
right.
Negative situations, I always think to go positive at it.
Right. So basically, that's leading into the next note. Try to feel how someone else feels. We're trying the mirroring effect. The mirroring effect, if it's you mirror affect you. Stand in the mirror, look at yourself, talk to yourself, and you know, say the bad side, say the good side. If it's in a relationship, the mirroring effect is your mate.
Mm-hmm.
So if my mate is unhappy, if it's a male and my wife is unhappy, that's showing I'm not doing something right in our relationship. Because everybody get so caught up on, I'm right, she's wrong. The mirror effect in a relationship, if you see a man and he has a happy wife, he doing something right.
Yeah.
If you see a man and he got a depressed, sad, griping, mean wife, they always want to be like, oh, that's just her. No. You might need to check yourself because you're doing something wrong because your mate mirrors what you give.
Yeah. That's right.
So you believe that?
Yeah, I believe that.
You gotta go.
Yeah, I'm pulling into the supply house now.
Okay, I'm gonna finish up. Hold on.
I really enjoyed talking with y'all today. We're gonna keep on doing this thing. I'm out at work. We still gonna push positivity and feed y'all.
So basically, don't give up. Mm-hmm. Keep going. Once you keep going, once you get through all of that stuff, once you bypass all of those things and you get close to the end of the tunnel, once you start getting to the light, you will be attracted to more positive people, more positive things, friends and family, and people. God will put people in your path who may not have the things that you have, but he's putting you around and getting you ready for what he's about to give you and what he's about to bless you with. So don't be negative. Don't listen to those negative thoughts. They're only temporarily. And by the time you make it to the end of that tunnel or that hallway, your ego is gonna start to change. So a lot of people, they be like, man, you always, you loud. I am loud. You loud. You always happy. Your energy when you come in, that's because I done surpassed that hallway. I'm way past at the end of that hallway, so I could walk in any room in light and be my true higher self. My ego has changed. My ego is not once what it was. And when you find your higher self, it's supposed to change because you're walking in betterness and you're where you're supposed to be. And that's what the Most High wants for all of us. So moral of the story, it's harder to try than to try. If you're in a relationship, if you're not in a relationship, just even within yourself, don't give up. Push through. If you're trying and it's hard, that's because you're about to have a breakthrough.
That's right. That's right.
All right.
All our kings and queens, man. We love y'all, man.
Love you. Talk to you later.
Peace.
So with that being said, please do not forget to pick up my book, Born Not to Be Liked. I am taking you very softly into the entrance to the other side so that you can see and get all of the fulfillment that life has for you. You can DM me. You can go to our website, my Instagram. It'll all be below. Love you. Bye. Mwah. So as always, if you rocking with me like I'm rocking with you, make sure that you hit that like, make sure that you subscribe so that we can have more talks. I'm your girl, Shan.
And I'm Bird.
And we're going to talk about it.